Some of the people here may not have seen you fight. They may have seen some of the clips of recent knockouts that you have pulled out. What does it feel like to punch as hard as you do?
You gotta ask my opponents that, I don't know.
What did it feel like looking at Sebastian Fundora, for example, when you hit him with that massive left hook and he was unconscious on his feet?
It felt incredible, man. That's a feeling I can't really describe, and like I keep saying, you know, especially being the underdog will in these situations and everything, and still pulling something like that off, it's a dream come true, man. It's a high I'm going to be chasing for the rest of my life.
It was a dream come true. Have you had a dream that you do something similar this Sunday against the world champion, Tszyu?
I've had quite a few, but you guys have to see how those involved.
Tell us one. Tell us one of the dreams that you've had about this fight.
The common denominator is my hand gets raised at the end of the night.
And what would that mean, that moment, becoming a fully fledged, legitimate world champion after where you've been on your journey and having to come back with what would be 4 incredible wins on the trot?
I mean, man, what can I say? You know, I made my own real-life Rocky story. You know, it obviously wasn't. I didn't mean to start it that way when I started my career, but you know, it's you have ups and downs in life, and this is what it is, man. I clawed my way back from obscurity, and now at this point, you know, I'm chasing greatness. I want this belt, and it'll change my life, my family's life, and everybody around me. So that's what you'll see. I'll be fighting that way in the ring.
Everyone's been nice, and it's been pretty cordial between yourself and Tszyu, but yesterday he told us in no uncertain terms that now he has hatred towards you. He hates you. Do you have anything similar to say?
I don't care, man. You still got to see me in the ring, and it is what it is, man. Love me or hate me, I'm there to win and get the job done.
Fantastic. That is Brian Mendoza. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is a man who's 23-0 with 17 stoppages. He is the world champion, the WBO Super-Welterweight champion of the world, Australia's own Tszyu. Tim, we've kept you waiting there for a long time. How are you feeling this close to a weigh-in, wearing a new suit, sitting in the sun?
Yeah, I regret it. It's quite hot, especially with those lights. I'm struggling, let's just say that.
Did you fall a victim of your own style there?
It's a Tszyu show, so I was going to put it on, so... But now, yeah, I wish I just wore a singlet or something.
How are you feeling here on the Gold Coast, though? Because walking around and spending your time at these sorts of events, there is just so much love and excitement from the people of the Gold Coast about you coming back with now a legitimate world title.
Yeah, it's a good feeling. I haven't been out too much, just around a little bit, but I definitely do feel the love. And this is one of the reasons why I always come back here, and the Gold Coast feels like a second home, and I thank everyone here for that support.
And I see they, you got a new car for the week, did you?
We always swap it around, you know. Why drive a Toyota Corolla when you can rock up in a Lambo?
I mentioned that you said to us about the hatred, about the feelings that are starting to come into your minds and starting to impact the way that you are headed towards this fight. Can you just talk to us about what that mindset change is this close to such an important fight against such a legitimate fighter and big puncher?
Yeah, zoned in, you know. There's no like, there's no love at all whatsoever. And that's what happens to each one of my opponents when I face them, is that, yeah, I guess every little thing frustrates me about them. And I just got one thing on my mind, and that's victory by any means.
What frustrates you about this guy, Brian Mendoza?
It's nothing about him. He's taken away everything that I've ever worked for, you know. I feel like, as a warrior, this is like me defending my land, and he's come onto my land, and there's no way that I'm going to allow that for him to try take it.
George alluded to the fact that maybe people are being a little bit too nice to him. Would you like them to turn on him perhaps tomorrow at the weigh-in and Sunday at the fights?
No, he's a good guy. I'm not into all that booing and all that stuff, but I think when fight night comes, he'll definitely feel the hostile crowd of the Tszyu land.
He said that he is the bigger puncher in this fight to us during the face-off. You sort of were happy to let him have that, but what about now as we get closer and you start to think about what's going to happen in this fight? Who is the bigger puncher in this fight?
Yeah, I'm not here to do comparisons. He's got a couple of real nice highlight KOs, and I hope to pull one of them on him on Sunday.
We've talked a lot about the momentum of his last 3 fights. What about the momentum of your last 23? How does it feel being undefeated?
23-0 for a reason. No one's figured out the puzzle. I guess for him, there's been 2, and he's on the ball, he's on the roll, yes. But 23, numbers don't lie.
Nice words, and still being a world champion if they come on Sunday.
Yeah, I'm not looking just for one. I want all four. You know, this is because of one man's bitchiness, I'd say. But I want all four.
Is there a message to come for Jamel Charlo on Sunday, or is there something for him now?
I'm in the present moment right now. I'm focused on what really matters, and Brian Mendoza, not thinking about that other bloke.
Anything final for us, for the people of the Gold Coast and all of those tuning in Australia and around the world ahead of a big world title fight?
For me?
Yes.
Don't blink.
We will not. Ladies and gentlemen, that is our world title fight. Tszyu and Brian Mendoza, they're fighting for the WBO Super-Welterweight Championship of the World. Get there on Sunday, but do join us tomorrow at 11 a.m. local time for the weigh-in at this very venue. It's going to be a big day, and Sunday is going to be a very, very memorable fight. Right now, we are going to get the two main event fighters to face off for us. This is the main fight, of course, between Tszyu and Brian Mendoza. And you'll see all the action, of course, here on the Gold Coast on Sunday and live on Main Event. Thanks for your company here at the official press conference. We'll see you tomorrow at the weigh-in. I'm Ben Damon. I'll see you at the fights.